Hey YouTube, Ryan here, and today we will be modding the Nerf Darntag blaster. Now, to take this blaster apart, what you have to do is you have to go out and unscrew everything. I've already done that, and as you can see here, there are the main body screws, which is everywhere. Those go everywhere on the body. You have then these two are the only different types of screws right over here, and the big one goes right there, and the smaller one goes right in there. So now to take this blaster apart, what you're going to have to do, open up this, and set that aside for later. And then you're going to just put the camera down for a second. Never mind, just hold it. Okay, so now, just going to lift that right up. So now here are the internals for in case you messed up and everything fell out. What it looks like is you have this spring which goes onto this little piece right here. When you pull it back like that, you have your basic air setup here. You've got the rotating mechanism right about there. Got your trigger. And that looks like it's it. So now I'm going to open it up and we're going to remove some air restrictors and change the barrels out. So I'm going to do that now. Okay, so now to take out the next part, what you have to do is you just pop it out like this. I'm going to set it right there. Just slide this over. Let me just take off these pieces so I don't lose them. Or I'll leave it on. Now to open this piece, what you have to do is you take out all these little screws in here, which I will do now. Okay, so now what you do once you have all of these 5 unscrewed, you're just going to pop this piece off right here. It should come right out like this. Now, what you want to do now is you want to take out all of these pegs, and you want to take these are the air restrictors, you just want to toss them out. What I do is I always keep all my parts in case I need it for any other mods. So I'm just going to pop out all of these right now, and then I'll get onto the drilling phase, which is next. So now I have a bunch of pieces that look like this. Now what I like to do is I like to take wire cutters and then just pop this piece right there off like that. You should have a plate like this now. Then what I like to do is drill it out. Now to finish off the process of drilling it out, because it's not always the neatest, I like to take a Dremel and just finish it off. The finished product should look like this. Now you have to do that for all 10 of these pegs, and then once you're finished you can move on to the next step. Okay, the last section before we reassemble this blaster is to improve the spring, and you want to make a better seal for this O-ring. You see how it slides around like that? That's not really good seal. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use some Teflon tape to fix that up. So what I usually like to do is take a small screwdriver, just pop that right off, and save it right there. Now next, I like to wash it all off, so that way I can stick the tape on better, and then after that I re-grease everything. Well, I'm going to re-grease it anyway, so I might as well wash it off and make my job easier. I want to also see how strong this spring is, because if it's not strong enough, I have an AirTech 1000 spring that I have scavenged, so I'm going to see which one's stronger, and then I'm going to put it all back together. But I'll show you how to Teflon tape that too. So we'll go wash it off now. Okay, so now as you can see, I've Teflon taped under the O-ring a bunch of times. Now I'm just going to stick that back on. It fits tightly. So now what I got to do is I got to just work that in there like that. And that's what you kind of want. You want it to be really nice and stick in there really well. So now it's time to reassemble the whole thing. Oh, also I've decided that this spring, although shorter, is a lot more powerful because this spring is a little bit longer, but it's really not as great. So I'm just going to reinstall this back together, and I'll show you as I do it. Okay, I finished my modded barrel here now. As you can see straight through it if you look down the chambers, and I reassembled that. So now it's time to start putting the blaster back together. Okay, here is the completed modded version of the Darntag blaster. Now I just have to put it all back together, put all the screws back in, and then we'll do a test firing really quick. So I'm going to do that now. Okay, here is the finished product of my cherry red dart tag blaster. As you can see, it's loaded with the whistler, streamlined, suctioned up, and what it's made for, these dart tag ones. So I'm going to take a couple shots now. And that was pretty much it. Now that was my modded dart tag blaster. I hope you enjoyed it, and thank you for watching.